Hello, welcome to the TryLine podcast. I'm your host, Bo. This is my co-host, the people's host, Denny. How you going, mate?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. We're going to talk Origin centres today, and then we're going to talk about the 14 jersey, and then we'll talk a little bit about Schuster's management, which is ridiculous, and then we're going to get into the games. But we'll start with the Origin spot. Tom's due back next week, so I'm going to include him in mine. Latrell's due back the game before Origin 1, so I'm saying he's out. Brian Tohol is also due back next week, so he's in.
Yep.
Here are the potential replacements. I think I'll run down everyone that's pretty much available, and then you tell me who you're going to pick.
Okay.
We got Talakai, who had an absolute stormer last week. Crichton, Lomax, Staggs, Whiten, Gutho, Burton, and Campbell Graham. Who you going?
Right this second, I'll go Talakai. Depending on really form coming into the few weeks before Origin, that's when I'd really make my pick. But as of right now, it's Talakai.
I got Crichton, just based on probably combinations there. He's familiar with both the halves. Tall, I just think he probably gets the nod. He's still averaging 150 metres a game. He kicks goals as well. He scored 7 tries in 7 games this year. He's going pretty good.
I guess he's probably more versatile than the other players on that list. I mean, you got Staggs and Talakai. I mean, Staggs can't really. He's a centre. Talakai could probably play on the edge or in the centre, but Stephen Crichton can play a wing, fullback. You can chuck him in centre. So I guess yeah.
Yeah, he does miss a couple of tackles, which doesn't really suit the narrative I'm trying to push. So we'll just gloss over that.
Okay.
I think he's averaging 2+ missed tackles a game. He is Samoan, but he is eligible because he got picked in 2020 in the big squad they named, so he just didn't play.
Yeah, right.
He's also played in 2 grand finals now, so I don't think Origin would worry him too much.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that's my pick. The 14 jersey, I reckon the options are Whiten, Hines, Pappy, Burton, and Appy, but I think Appy's been ruled out because of what he did last year in the Origin series. I think he can't be picked this year.
I wouldn't pick him anyway. I think it's the other 2 players, Pappy and Hines. I think those are the 2 players that are locked to possibly get in that jersey.
See, it's funny we glossed over Whiten on both those lists. He's in great form, Whiten. He's playing some good footy. He's playing really good footy. The Raiders aren't playing that well, but he's killing it. Yeah. And he's got form at Origin. He played really good in the centres that one year. I think everyone talked about the intercept at the end of the game. Other than that, he was good. And his ball running is really, really strong.
Yeah.
And he's versatile. He can come on and play anywhere in the back line. And he could probably slot in at lock off the bench too.
Yeah, for sure. I guess that is more versatile than the other 2.
Yeah.
You know, no, I'm keeping it between Pappy and Hines.
I'd say they'll pick Hines. I reckon he was 18th man last year. I think he'll slot straight in. Pappy's one of the form players in the competition right now, but I just think
go on.
Hines. I think they'll go Hines.
I think Pappy was injured Origin last year with the head knock.
Yeah, he was.
So
he was.
Yeah. All right. Well, you pick Hines. I'll pick Pappy. I'll go get it.
Hines is a little bit more versatile for that 14 jersey than Pappy too.
Yeah.
You can't really see a half going down and Hines going into the halves.
Well,
Pappy going in the halves, I mean.
So who else is in the back line? So you got... Yeah, I guess so. I mean...
You're going to need a half. If you're going Talakai, you'll definitely need a half.
Yeah, so maybe you'd go... If a half went down... If, say, Cleary goes down, touch wood. If he goes down, maybe Jerome Luai to 7, Tedesco 6, and you bring Pappy in at fullback.
Tedesco 6 in an Origin.
Oh, well, what else you got?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Well, you've got Whiten and Hines. That's what you got.
So you think Pappy's on the back burner?
I can't see him playing the 14. Either Pappy starts or he doesn't play, and I don't think anyone's starting over Tedesco. No. That's another jersey that's been talked about a lot, the fullback jersey. I think James Tedesco will be the fullback of the New South Wales Blues until he doesn't want to be anymore.
Yeah, no, me too, for sure.
If he's fit, you pick him. And someone said that they thought he's washed up. Is that the most ridiculous statement you've ever heard in your life?
Oh, it's up there for sure. He's not washed. Come on.
Honestly, he was one of the best players on the field against the Dragons.
Yeah, he ran for 300 metres or something.
Yeah, I was just about to get that up because I saw his stats the other day and I thought, are you serious? Here we go. I hate the NRL website for the stats, by the way, but anyway. 312 metres, 93 post-contact metres, 2 line breaks. That'll do.
Yeah. That's all you
That'll
need.
do from your fullback.
That's all you need.
All right, so if we run through the back line, are you still saying Josh Adokar gets picked?
I do, yeah.
All right, so I've got James Tedesco, Adokar, and To'o on the wings.
Yep.
Tom Trbojevic and Stephen Crichton in my centres. You got Talakai.
Mm-hmm.
And I say the halves stay the same.
Yeah, no, for sure. The halves stay the same.
Yeah. All right, well, that's your New South Wales Blue side. Lock it in.
It's locked in.
Let's get on.
It's locked
Let's get
in.
on to another Blues player, Josh Schuster. His manager has approached the club about promises made to Schuster about him playing 5'8" in his last contract negotiations. Obviously, 2 doesn't go into 1, so Foran's off contract, so they both can't play 5'8". What do you think here?
Well, look, I think since they've promised Schuster the 6, I think see how Manly are going this year. If they're going well, I think you leave Foran at 6 and you give Schuster the 6 next year. But if they're not going too well, maybe you can give him that the 6 jersey a little bit early.
I think this is terrible form from Schuster's management, though. Like, regardless of who you are, the team comes first. The team comes first, and they're just worried about their bottom line. Because if you're in the NRL playing in the halves, you're worth a lot more than if you're in the NRL playing on an edge.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So they're just worried about their money. I think what he done for them on the edge last year is half the reason they were successful. Yeah. The other half being Tom Trbojevic. But I think I've said it 15 times on this show. He offers a point of difference on the edge for them with his ability to hit a hole or play. They can play off him as well. So you don't really have that if he's playing at 6. I think the natural progression is for him to move into the halves at some point. But I would leave Foran there.
Yeah.
And Foran's playing pretty good footy.
He's not playing too bad. He's got 1 year left in his contract this year.
Yeah.
So
I'd get the player managers out of the club.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be dictating how your team lines up anyway.
Well, going back to halves getting paid a lot more than edges. Well, you had one of the best edges in the comp, if not the best, last year. Papali'i signed with the Tigers. Was it 600?
650.
650, and he got Chad Townsend, a washed-up Chad Townsend, going for 750 or 700. Sorry.
That's what I mean. Obviously, you're going to pay more for those spine players. Yeah. They know that. Yeah. They're probably getting a 3% cut of whatever his contract is.
Yeah.
They're looking after himself. They're not worrying about Josh Schuster at all.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I don't like that. Get out of the clubs. Shut your mouth. Shut your lips.
Okay.
All right. On to the Broncos versus the Sharks. Broncos at $3.75 here. Who's playing?
Dale Finucane is back. He had a week off due to a head knock. Billy Walters for the Broncos has been named to start at hooker last week he started, but he was named in the 14, so we'll see how that goes. Other than that, It's pretty much the same.
Last 4 games between these two, I think, have resulted in 10 points or less to the winner.
I think it'll be different this time. I think the Sharkies going to blow them out of the water.
I'll say the Sharks by 8.
I'll say Sharks by 24.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're going to go really well.
Up at Suncorp?
Yeah, up at Suncorp. Doesn't matter where it is.
It's going to be interesting because their only attack last week was going left. You got to think the Broncos have done their homework.
Yeah.
And they just got to shoot and shut down the ball. That's another thing. You can shoot out line, but if you don't stop the ball, he's going to run right.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Talakai doesn't have as good a game as he did last week. Well, obviously not as good.
Yeah.
Well, obviously not as good as he did last week. I'll say he won't run for over 150 metres.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think he will. Sure. I think the Sharkies, they would have watched back the tape and gone, oh, we didn't go left hardly ever in that second half. Maybe that's why they got back in the game. I think. So
say if they've done that, right, and they go left for the first half an hour or whatever, and nothing comes of it. You know what I mean? They're defending really well.
Yeah.
Where's their plan B for this side at the moment? Because last week, when they shut down plan A, when they went away from plan A, plan B was nothing. They gave up 22 straight points.
Yeah. Was it 22 straight points?
I'm pretty sure.
Well, there's a lot of points anyway.
Yeah. It was 22 straight points.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Look, I still think they've got strike weapons on either edge. Like Jesse Ramian is a gun. So is Sione Katoa. They're both decent players. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens. But I think they'll.
I think it'll be closer than what people think.
I don't think so.
All right, on to the next.
We got the Titans taking on the Panthers at Seabus, and AJ Brimson is playing fullback again.
I like that.
Jermaine Asako has been moved to 18th man, and Will Smith in at 6.
I tell you what, you go up to Will Smith this week and you tell him, you kick the ball, mate, I'm taking you off.
Yeah.
Because he cannot kick the ball at all. I'm going to say the Panthers here.
Panthers by a landslide.
Yeah. I like Brimson at fullback, but Will Smith in the halves. Not sure about that one, mate.
No. I mean, they had Tanner Boyd, isn't he, a 6?
Yeah.
I rate him.
Is he injured?
No,
he's on the bench.
He's on the bench in the 14.
He might start.
So
he might start. It might be a little bit of like ducks and drapes. He might actually start. Will Smith seems like an odd choice at 6 to start with.
Yeah, it does.
I'm going to tip, Tanner Boyd starts on the weekend.
All right, nice. That does make a difference. I think the Panthers
does
are
make
still rolling.
At least I'll have another option in the kicking department. Panthers by enough.
Yeah, by a lot. Anyway, on to the next. We got the Rabbitohs taking on the Seagulls down in our corner of the world, Central Coast Stadium. For the Seagulls, they got Marty Tapau back. He's a bit of a cat.
That'll help.
I don't like him anymore. I think he's a dog.
Need a bit of size in the middle though. They what did they have out last week? Him and Aloye as well. So
yeah. So Sean Kepi's also starting prop as well for them. So decent. And Carl Lawton, Ethan Bullimore starting in the back row. Ella Kawatu accepted his early guilty plea for his, what was it, careless?
Yeah, careless
high tackle. So what's he out for? 2 weeks?
Just on the Tupou one, I looked up I saw the definition of reckless high tackle.
Yeah.
They've shown it on 360, and it was like the exact definition for a reckless high tackle that I've ever seen in my life.
It
was like when a player has the ability to like hit anywhere and he just goes for the head.
Yeah.
And he's looking at him. He can tackle him anywhere, and his arm is up here when he goes to make the tackle.
Yeah.
That's reckless.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. That was a little bit side tangent. I think Manly can win here at $2.30. I think they're better than that. Souths aren't going that well.
Well, you got to think they want to bounce back from last week.
Yeah.
But do they have what? You know, I'm going to stick with the Bunnies.
But you look at even the week before, they were in a game with the Bulldogs, and then Marshall King got sent to the bin, and then it was kind of curtains in that game. They're really not.
Was that the Rabbitohs? I thought that was the Broncos.
Yeah.
Was that last week?
The week before.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they beat the Dragons in one of the all-time worst games I've ever seen. They got smashed by the Bunnies. They got smashed by the Panthers. What else they had here? And then they beat the Roosters, but they always beat the Roosters. Mm. And Latrell was in that tray. Latrell Mick. I'm going to go Manly.
I'm going to go the Bunnies.
I think Manly can win.
Oh, yeah. I think they can win as well. I don't think they will, though.
Well, I think they will. Can and will.
Okay, nice. Yeah. All right, nice. Moving on to the next game. We got the Warriors taking on the Raiders at Moreton Daily Stadium in Redcliffe.
Can't tip the Warriors.
No, you cannot. They're missing...
You can't.
Yeah, there's no Dallin, no Josh Curran, and no Aaron Penne off the bench.
No, can't tip them. They're untippable this week.
Yeah, no.
At $2, I maybe they can win. You just can't tip them. You got rocks in your head if you tip them.
Did you put that bet on last night?
Yeah, I put it on.
All right, nice. Well,
I put it.
The line for the Raiders Warriors was -1.5. So you take the Raiders at the line every day of the week, -1.5.
Yeah. I think the Raiders finally get a result here. I think they've been bashed by Ricky like a couple of weeks in a row, and I think they'll get a result here. Tom Starling to have a good day out.
You reckon?
Mm.
Maybe.
Yep.
So,
I think they win.
yeah, I think they'll win for sure. Pardon me. So we're both tipping the Raiders there. On to the next game. We've got the Bulldogs taking on the Roosters at the Core Stadium. Very nice. Daniel Tupou, obviously, he will be missing some time. So Kevin Nagama is coming in to the win spot. Nagama?
Yeah. Bulldogs in 16th. Jesus. Down the Roosters.
Yeah, I'll be tipping the Roosters as well. I think they'll just be too good.
The Bulldogs have spent a minute in that 16 spot in the last couple of years, eh?
It's been a long time. Let's just say that.
Yeah. I don't know. They keep tipping the same side, though. They keep picking their same side. I thought that centre that they brought in last week was great for them. And then he went off, and they end up getting rolled off. They end up getting rolled after he went off. He did not get picked this week.
Yeah, he's out. They've Averillo was out last week because of COVID.
But here's the thing. Averillo to 6. Burton to fullback. Bring that centre in, baby. Get gone. Matt Duffy. Gone. Yeah. Get him to the Dolphins to join Jake Arthur and Chad Townsend. Matt Duffy. You're building a super squad down there.
We should do that next week. Build our Dolphins super squad.
Oh, our Dolphins super squad. For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I already know the hooker. Mitch Rain
hooker.
Yeah. Yep. Get him down there.
Yeah. Mitch Rain hooker. Anyway.
Maybe I get Bennett on the phone. Get Bennett on the blower. And just tell him, we got some players for you, baby.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, let's do that next week.
Yeah, let's do that.
Roosters by enough.
Yeah, Roosters by plenty. We got the mighty Parramatta's Eel taking on your lowly Cowboys at TIO Stadium in Darwin.
I've got some things to say here.
Go on.
I bleed navy blue, yellow, little bit of grey and white. Okay? It's almost a burden. I didn't choose this life, it chose me. I've supported the Cowboys since I could breathe. There's only one answer to who I'm backing in this game, and that is the Eels 13 plus.
That was your first word as a baby. Cowboys.
Cowboys, and then it was followed by whoever they're playing 13 plus.
Yeah.
Okay? Cowboys, I love them to death. To death. And I think they will be putting on a beautiful performance. It'll make me cry. Eels by plenty.
Yeah. Well, every time you've done this, every time you backed against the Cowboys, they've won.
Go the Eels.
Go the Eels. You know, I think this is where it ends.
Yeah?
This is where it comes to an end.
The streak.
The streak is finished.
Ashley Collins in the box for this. He loves us too, so we'll be right.
Yeah, no, Parramatta are actually going to win by 18 plus. Not 18, 13 plus, surely.
All right. Any ins and outs here?
No, not really. Dylan Brown's still in the centres. Jake Arthur's at 6. Disgusting.
He's going to be he's going to be a Dolphin soon. Don't worry, mate.
Who? Dylan Brown?
No.
Jake Arthur. Yeah.
Jake Arthur.
Yeah.
Hemiso actually due back, I think, next week. Interesting decision for the Cowboys.
He's got to play fullback.
You're going to say he comes back in at fullback?
Bring Scott Drinkwater into 6, Tom Dearden into 7. Get rid of Chad.
They won't do
Don't
that.
you have connections up in Townsville? Get rid of Chad.
I got some people. Look, let your people talk to your people, then talk to my people, talk to me, and then I'll talk to another person. We'll get it done.
All right.
Chad won't play next week.
Oh, I hope.
As long as you talk to your people. You get on to your people first.
Don't worry about my people. Worry about your people.
Right. Okay. All right. Eels.
Yeah, same. On to the next. We got the Knights taking on Storm at McDonald Jones Stadium. So, a big out. There's no Dane Gagai for, I think, about 4 to 6 weeks, I think it was.
That really hurts.
Yeah, so he's fractured his cheekbone. And he's going to be...
So is that Origin gone?
4 to 6. What's round? It's round 8. I think it's just before Origin.
Okay.
That's
a big out for Queensland if he's not in.
If he's back in 4 weeks, I think Origin is round 14.
It's June 9th or something. First one.
I can't off top of
that means nothing to you.
No.
Gagai's been far and away their best player.
Oh, without doubt. Without doubt. I think it's a huge loss, so I'm going to pick the Storm by 47.
Is it getting to the point where you're starting to feel bad for the Knights or not yet?
I don't feel bad for them, to to be honest.
Their fans didn't make it easy early when they were coming from everywhere when they were on top of the ladder.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, you wrote us off, but here we are. But now here you are. You're in 14th. You've just lost your best player, which is obviously not great.
Yep.
And they're about to get a score put on them here, 2 p.m. Sunday afternoon. The Storm, if they score a couple early, this could be horrific.
This could be a massacre. I think it will be a massacre anyway.
Should it be mercy rule? Well, gets 50 odd. Just call it.
Yeah.
We don't want any injuries.
Nah, no injuries. Surely.
No.
Anyway, on.
Should they just forfeit?
No. Because I need dream team points.
There has been a forfeit. There's been a couple forfeits.
Nah, we need dream team points, baby.
You know, apparently the Tigers forfeited a grand final against the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
When?
Back in like 1909. They both decided not to play. And then on the day, South showed up and they didn't, and they won the grand final. Still counts this day.
Far out.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, yeah, Storm by plenty.
Yeah, same. On to the last game of the round. We've got the Dragons taking on the Tigers. Should be a cracking game. Save the best to last. Jack Bird has been named in 6, although he broke his arm, I'm sure.
Broke his forearm.
He broke his forearm.
You can play with that.
You can. Didn't you?
Yeah. Well, I didn't play straight away. I played like a month later. Yeah, I don't know about this one. This one's the hashtag danger game.
Yeah. No Dane Laurie. Stafford in at fullback.
Yeah.
I'll be.
Where are you going?
Oh, you never know, eh?
If Jack Bird's out, I'm right on the Dragons. I'm right on the Tigers.
I'll just go Tigers anyway.
I'll go the Dragons, but I reserve the right to change them on.
You do not reserve the right to do anything.
If Jack Bird's out, I will be going the Tigers.
No, you've picked the Dragons.
I'm picking the Dragons. If Jack Bird's out, I'm changing to the Tigers.
No, how about you stick with something for once in your life? See it through.
Wow, that hurt. That hit home. Didn't know you were going to get so personal, Denny.
This is what it is.
That's what it is. We're gonna air out our dirty laundry here, or what?
Yeah, go on.
Nah. All right. If Amon is on the field when he blows the whistle to start the game, I'm going for the Tigers.
All right, go Tigers.
All right, go Dragons. All right, that's it. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Not really.
All right. I hope you have a lovely day.
To
Goodbye.
me?
Yes.
Thanks.
Especially to you.